Yo, yo, yo. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Smooth Saturdays. This is King Shit Talk. I'm your host, Salid, and this is my co host, Kev. What's going on with you, brother, man?
Yo, what's up with you, man? How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing pretty doggone good. Glad it's the weekend. I had a pretty, I ain't gonna say rough week, but I had
Yeah,
some trying things go on this week. How your week been going?
it's been good, man. School started back for a lot of people I know down here in Florida and the North and Central Florida area. But school started back Thursday, man. I was so excited, man. Started back Thursday and Friday and the weekend here. I'm like, dang, I ain't really get in my groove. So I'm one of the ones who love my job. It don't seem like work. So had a good
Had a
week.
good week.
Looking forward to Monday coming back around. So I had a pretty good week, man.
Yeah, you one of the few people, and I'm in that boat too. But you are one of the few people that can't wait for Monday to get here.
I
I
put
don't
something
be
on my
too
door.
upset about my days either.
I put something on my door every Monday. TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. So
Yeah,
and I also wear a suit on Mondays. So I mean, I try to let that be, because people always drag. And I ask people, "Hey, how you weekend?" I wasn't long enough. Monday. I can't wait till the weekend. Nah, I like to be energetic. I like to be positive. Hey, you here?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So all that. You got a job. So I get to come
that's
to work.
right.
Other than I got to come to work. So I like to be a little optimistic about things, but yeah, that's just me though. I'm sure I'm some of the fruit few though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause we in
Hmm.
control of all of that anyway. I mean, we in control of how our day goes and stuff like that. I be hearing people talk about, oh man, it's Monday. I can't stand Mondays. I'm like,
Hmm.
why? Monday is like
Right.
the other 6 days. It's all about what you do with it.
Oh yeah.
They don't bother
Hmm.
me, but I tell you this much though, doggone. Have you seen the movie? What's the name of it? They cloned Tyrone.
I see.
It's on
I seen.
Netflix. It's got Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx.
I seen some of it, and it caught me off guard. Like, what type of movie is this? I didn't see the end when it started getting crazy. I didn't see the end, but some of the part had me rolling. That Jamie Foxx had me rolling out there. Yeah, so I seen about half of it. What about you?
I checked it out. It was it was it was better when I replayed it in my head, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Because while I was
Uh,
watching it, I was like, it is what it is. But after it was
hmm.
over and I started replaying it in my head, I was like, okay, yeah, that part was kind of tight or whatever. But I know when I
Hmm.
was in that doggone uh DMV the other day, I had to go there and I thought about that movie 'cause I was like, man, I wish I had a clone right then
Yeah.
because I would have had that bad boy sitting in that doggone. Yeah, I got there at like 10 o'clock and was there till after 4. I was like, bro, that's way too
Wow.
long.
Yeah, it's a whole work shift. I remember I lived in Atlanta. They opened up at 7. So people had told me, "Oh man, you got to get there early. You be there all day." I said, "Okay, I got something for this." I got there by 6:30. I said, "I'm gonna be the first one out." Man, it was already like 30 people in line waiting. And
See,
then when the doors opened at 7, I still there about to about 10:30. So
dang.
that DMV a whole job, boy. So
Yeah, I can't do I don't look to do it anymore.
yeah.
But got a couple things we gonna go over tonight. And we
Mhm.
also gonna shine some light on some entrepreneurs, some people that's got some things going on. I'd reached out and asked for people that are doing their own thing, business wise, or got some stuff happening that they trying to grow to reach out, and I'd give them
Oh
a
yeah.
shout out tonight. So we're gonna
Mhm.
try to get through all of them at some point. I ain't gonna do them all, you know, in a straight row, but we'll mention them here and there. But
Okay.
while we got our little chuckle on, let's speak a little bit about the whole the Royal Rumble that's
Uh,
that's been all over the place.
hey, the crazy thing
Now
about it
what
is, man,
how much now did you see the entire video or are you seeing clips or what people posting and stuff?
I started out seeing clips because I ain't huge on, being on social media, but I started out seeing clips. I'm like, we're going, and the thing that had me rolling is I seen somebody with a chair tied to their waist talking about I keep that thing on me. So I'm
What?
like, what? So I'm like, when I broke it down and rewind, hit rewind to see how it went. So in my and maybe it's some stuff added to it, or maybe I don't got it all, but just a 30-second clip of what I seen. A guy was telling black guy was telling some folks pretty much, the other race, you can't park this boat here. I mean, it's a commercial boat that's gonna be here in a minute, or either just regardless, this area is off limits for your boat. So then they get to swinging
Yeah.
on them. So then when we catch whiff of it, now it's like, oh no, it ain't gonna go down like that. So then you got you got my man jump and swim cross. So basically, a lot of black folks see these white folks jumping this older black dude, that it ain't gonna go down like that. And it just was a whole brawl. So like I hear a lot of people say, I don't condone violence. I really don't. I wish it would have happened differently. I guess I need to say it. I wish it would happen differently. But I do like the fact that we seen somebody, we seen our people in harm's way, and we didn't hesitate to jump in and protect him. You know what I'm saying? Did it get
Yeah.
ugly? It got ugly. But we
Oh,
seen
it
our
got
people in
it.
harm's way, and we got on in there and took care of our business. So I do appreciate that. Because normally we ain't down for each other. We typically pulling each other down, not helping each other
Yeah.
out. So I do appreciate the fact that I could witness that.
Well, let
So
me ask you this, because this seems to be a big question that a lot of people are asking when it comes to that. And I gave my idea of what this meant, but I want to hear what you say. A lot of people
all right.
been asking, what did it mean and why did he throw his hat up in
Yeah.
there?
I thought he was trying to, you know what I think? I think that it wasn't as serious for him at first, and he was like, "Come on, jive turkey." You know how the old heads get. And he took that hat and just kind of threw it like, "Yeah, what you gonna do?" And then and then it got real, because the way he threw that hat, he threw it like he the old head that's a comedian, and maybe they scuffled a little bit at first, and then he was like, "No, John, come on, tell me what you got." Took that hat and threw it, but then it got a lot realer when 2, 3, 4 of them came up there.
Yes,
So,
sir.
because the way he threw that hat was very hilarious. It was comedic the way he
Bro,
threw that hat.
I've thrown clothing before, and I'm gonna tell you this. When the time that I threw mine on the job when something was about to go down, that was my signal for, okay, I know this job is gone and I don't care.
Yeah,
He threw that hat like, oh, okay, here we go. This
yeah,
job
like,
is
hey,
gone.
yeah, come
My
on,
business.
yeah, yeah. Or maybe it was like SOS. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Pimp in distress. Let me throw this hat and let them know, hey, come on down. That's the cue. You know what I'm saying?
hey, I'm with you though. I'm so glad that it wasn't another video where we watch somebody get stomped and just pummeled and
Right.
nobody come to help. So
Yeah.
I was glad that a lot of people came to help the brother out,
Yeah.
because he was handling that first one, but after that second one came and kind of
Mhm.
jumped on him and he went down, I was like, oh, this ain't good. This
Yeah,
ain't
I see
good
Jay
right here.
say, Jay Connor say he's been waiting for that day. Now that you say that, it do seem like it kind of been like, oh, well,
Yeah.
listen, I've been here waiting for 10 years for somebody to try me. Come on with it. So
Bro, I know a
yeah.
dude, I know a guy that drive trucks, and he said he's been there to that actual dock and stuff, and he was telling me
Mhm.
that that particular family is like that. Like, they do stuff like that. So, I'm thinking old boy might be done had a run-in with them before.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Who
Might
knows?
have
You know
been
how it
like,
is when dudes get drunk and stuff on them
uh-huh.
boats and things like that. They probably been talking all kinds of crap to him and stuff, and
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
he he might have been like, okay, this old company hat about to get wrinkled today.
Yeah. And it probably was like, I done had this little run in with old Bud them last week and then the week before. So now like it is
Yep.
what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like they done tried me. Now I got to give them what they get.
Yeah. I'm gonna give them what they're asking for.
Hey,
Let
mount
me let
up.
me ask you
I
this.
see Tammy in there.
Yeah, mount up.
Uh,
Hey, when it's time to
uh,
mount up, it's time to mount up, bro. Let me ask you this
mhm,
though. Do you
mhm.
think that it was more so people that were intoxicated and felt like they have they can do whatever they want to do, or do you think it was like racial? Like if Hat would have been another ethnicity, do you think that they would have still acted the same way?
Uh, depends, and it depends on the question you ask. If they were intoxicated, probably would have been like that with anybody. You know what I'm saying? If they just racist, it probably was like that because it was him, because it was a black guy that worked there. You know what I'm saying? But if they was out there drunk, drinking out there on their boat, probably could have been a white guy there working. They probably could have been fighting with him. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on their level of intoxication or their level of being racist. But probably
Some of
both.
them
You know what I'm
cats,
saying?
yeah, some of them cats look like they were pretty tipsy. Because when they were walking and some trying to run and stuff, it wasn't too stable. So I think they probably had been drinking some Budweisers or something on the
Oh yeah,
boat,
yeah,
things like that. But
yeah.
now the women, I'm not too sure because the women look like, and I'm just assuming here because I wasn't in any of them head, but the women look like they were more so just throwing little punches or whatever because their men or their sons
Yeah,
were
yeah.
were fighting. But hey,
Mhm,
anybody can get it. Once it's a doggone fight and you
yeah.
decide to be there and standing in
Mhm.
there when fists and knees and feet are flying, then you're gonna catch what you catch. But what you think about the purple belt in chair jitsu?
Hey, you know what? The crazy thing about it is, uh, I wish he wouldn't have hit that last lady. That's right before they
Yeah,
kind of grabbed him up or whatever. I was like, dang,
yeah,
bro.
before the cops
Because
grabbed him.
everybody was kind of scrapping. Everybody was like, all right, who won it? And I
Yeah,
appreciate that. But and that lady might have well deserved it. She might have been racist or whatever. But boy, he was going for the juggler when he hit her. Like, I'm like, dang, bro,
hey,
you had to. She's sitting down. She kind of, it's over with for her. He like, no, sir, no, it ain't. Wham! I'm like, oh, Lord. And then that's what got, like they say in sports, the second guy always get the penalty flag thrown because that's who get
oh
caught.
yeah,
So everybody was doing some stuff. Then he just like, oh, okay, I see you white. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh Lord, I wish he would have bowed that lady like. But he got
but
famous
see,
over that hit alone.
he did, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why I understand it, bro. It's because
Come
some
on with it.
people when when everything go red, everything
Yeah.
go red,
Yeah.
bro. And
Okay. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
once he started swinging the chair, a
It was over
button
with.
got switched in him, and he couldn't stop swinging it. I think
Yeah.
all he knew was, I don't want to hit anybody that looks like me. Anybody that
And, and, and
doesn't look like
and that's
me
the only
got to
rule.
catch this chair. That's the only rule. That's the only rule. If you
That's the
don't,
only thing
I
that,
think
yeah.
if it would have been some light skinned cats out there, like super light, they probably would have got hit too.
They would have
Because I
been out
think
of
he was
gas too,
only
right?
sparing the real tan and brown folk.
That's it. Yeah. And he probably had him a couple of drinks in him too. He hanging out, you know what I'm saying? Got the family. I seen
Yeah,
like some fraternity shirts out there, seen like some of them had on. So they probably were meeting each other so
yeah.
you know they were drinking. You know what I'm
He
saying?
said,
So
he said when he hit her with that chair, he thought about Rosa having to give up her seat, so he gave her a seat.
yeah.
Look
Yeah.
here,
Hey,
I hope, brother man, didn't say that where the judge or cops could dare see it. Because if so, if he had time to think about Rosa Parks, they gonna say it was premeditated
Oh yeah,
and
premeditated.
it wasn't in the heat of fight.
Soon as you heard a voice get raised, you were ready to hit somebody. So
Yeah, that joke.
yeah.
And who knows what he had penned up all this time. I think though, honestly, I think a lot of people that were involved in that brawl have probably been wanting to do something like that for a long time. I mean, they probably
Hmm.
done been through stuff in life, done had family members done been through certain things, and they were like, all we need is
Yeah.
a straw to lay
And look
upon
at
this camel's back. And when
and
we
look
get it,
right.
we going off.
And look at where they were though. You know what I'm
At
saying?
that part.
They
Yeah.
was in Alabama. They was in a place to where that went down a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it probably ain't take much for them to
Yeah.
get ignited. Like, oh, okay, this what we doing? Say less. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's crazy how something that big transpired in such little time. It's like we
Yeah.
there mentally. We ain't gotta keep looking and asking no question. Well, who that who mama that who happened that?
Yeah.
No, I see what's going on. Time for me to what she say, regulators mount up.
Mhm.
So,
And I
I
think
do
the only
appreciate
one
that though.
I think the only one that actually thought about it for a second was the first dude on the scene after the hat went up to the clouds. That
Yeah.
first dude that came running
Hmm.
down there, he looked like he was
Oh yeah,
more
yeah,
so
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
up and getting him
Right.
off dude versus
Yeah.
actually throwing them back.
Yeah, his mind wasn't there like it's white on
Yeah,
black right now. Let's go. It's team them against team us. So his mind was like, hey,
yeah.
no, let me stop this. But then once it got in that mode, it was over with.
Now think about
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
we gonna put ourselves in a couple of these people's bodies for a second, and we go. So right now, because we done talked about the captain who threw the hat up.
Hmm.
Now, if you were in his shoe, let's say you're the captain for a moment. You the captain,
Hmm.
and you talk about moving this boat. They tell you we ain't moving nothing, and you be like, "Yo, you got to move the boat or whatnot." You
Right.
move the boat because he ain't even move it far. He just pushed it a little bit. You
So you
move the
say if
boat,
I'm the
and the
captain
first
of the
guy
boat?
comes up. Well, it doc because some people say he was the captain, some people say he was a security guard there. I'm not sure what he was,
Oh,
but let's just say he's the guy. The guy. He telling
yeah.
them to move, and he has the authority to tell them to move. They don't
Right.
move.
Hmm.
You move it yourself. Now that first guy that comes up, he tells you, he say, Mr. Evans, how dare you touch my damn boat? I'm about to doggone swell that melon of yours. You don't touch nothing of mine, boy.
Right, right.
Okay, go from there. What do you do?
So hold on, let me get this right though. He went and moved that guy's boat.
Yeah, he moved it a little bit. He moved it out of the way because it wasn't supposed to be there. He moved it,
So
but he
hold
didn't
on.
look like he moved it. I mean, from what I saw, about 5 feet.
I ain't see that part. So the black guy, got in that white guy's boat and
Yeah.
moved his boat.
He ain't had to get in it. He just
He
doggone
kicked it.
pushed it. You know, when something floating on water, it ain't, what I mean,
Right.
all that
Oh,
heavy.
okay, okay. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he just moved it a little
Uh
bit.
I didn't see that part. Now I am an advocate for keep your paws off people's stuff, but if I'm the one in charge and I'm telling you to move this boat, see, I might be thinking from you know what I'm saying, this is my job, this man ain't moving his boat. What's the next step? I don't know if I gotta
Yeah.
call the security guard, I don't know if I gotta call the authorities or what. So I'm gonna jump out on a limb and say he I don't think he should have went and kicked nobody's boat. I didn't
Nah,
see
he
that
ain't
part.
kick it. He ain't kick it.
What he pushed
He
it?
just he just put his hands on it, kind of moved it up a little bit. But bro, when I
Okay.
tell you that boat didn't move, but maybe 5 feet.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it wasn't enough. He didn't move it enough where they should have been upset, in my opinion.
Right. But
Especially
if
when he
he
done told you you're not supposed to be parked right here.
But if sparks were flying, and I ain't no in no way, shape, or form on their side, but if sparks was flying, I see why it started a fight. If you go park your car, well, it's different because you got to get in the car and drive it. But let's just say the boat, you go park your boat somewhere,
Yeah.
and then they say you tell me you ain't moving that boat, and I go push it's game on. I can see how it started a fight, but he should have moved the boat. You know what I'm saying? He should have moved the
He
boat.
should have moved the dog.
But if
Yeah,
that
he
was
should have moved
me, I probably been like, bro, like I ain't gonna tell you no more to move your boat. Like then I might have would have called the authorities or whatever I was supposed to do. So I don't know if I would have went and pushed the boat or not. But then again, I might have would have because I'm sure he said something slick to him. So I would have been
Bro,
like,
you know he
"Yeah,
said something slick.
you already, you know what? Let me stop. Let me
You
stop.
already
Let me
know he
stop.
said something
Okay,
slick.
okay. Because if I tell you to move that boat, I'm one of you gonna do what I ask you to do because I'm running this. So when you didn't move it,
Yeah.
I probably would have been the regular same calm me would have been like, hey man, listen, you know, security, y'all need to come out here, you want to move this boat. But the pissed off me that I'm sure you made me probably would have probably would have went and pushed this boat. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because I'm sure he ain't just say, hey,
I'ma
you
tell
know,
you a little something about
yeah,
nah, he do it like that.
right.
Imma tell you a little bit about how I would have handled that situation. And Imma tell you why, but Imma answer this question first. Vonnie said, "Good evening." Good evening, Vonnie. What's the topic of discussion? Tonight we just as you know, it's Smooth Saturday, so we just talking about a couple of things that's been going on. Not too downtrodden or too deep, just some stuff that made us cackle a little bit. Talking about what we had going on this week, and we're gonna be shining the light on some entrepreneurs and things like that as well. But and that's a good time for me to mention this first entrepreneur before I start talking about what I would have done.
Hmm.
Jamila Beasley. She does Mary Kay products. Now I don't know a lot about Mary Kay, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that do know about Mary Kay. Find Jamila Beasley on Facebook if you looking to get some Mary Kay stuff. I remember when I was a wee boy, I think my mom sold some what was the other one? Avon. I
Oh
remember
yeah, I
seeing
remember
some
that
Avon
Avon.
books around the house and stuff. I think my
Oh
aunt
yeah.
had some around the house. So I don't know if that's similar to Mary Kay or not. But if y'all looking for some stuff like that, be sure to hit Miss Beasley up.
I think it's
Now,
the same. I think it's the same kind of setup, but I know
is it
you can really get your ground on and sell this Mary Kay stuff as an entrepreneur. And I know some people out there making it. So yeah, most definitely, y'all hit her
look at this. It said Kev would have threw his head up too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this
Wait.
now. I was I was a security guard for about in total, I say about 4 or 5 years, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes people can get real testy
I
with
already
a
know,
security guard.
especially when they
I don't know
drinking.
why. I don't know why people think that if you're a security guard, you trying to play cop or you couldn't make it as a cop, so you were a security guard. I don't know what the case may be. So they already have something out for security guards and stuff.
You run a
So if
cop
I was
now.
in that position, because I've been in similar positions where you tell somebody they got to move or something like that, and they look at you like you ain't gonna make me move. So me, if I was in dude shoe, I would have Robbie said Mary Kay is not
So
the same setup, but it's
similar.
similar.
Okay.
Okay, then Avon. But yeah, I would have told him, I was like, hey sir, you can't park your boat right here. We got another
Hmm.
boat coming in. This ain't the proper place for it. Now, odds are they would have either ignored me and tried to walk off, or they would have said something like, "Hey man, we'll just be right back." Or da 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 da. Normally, when people don't want to do something you tell them to do, they start giving you these little BS excuses on why you ought to let them leave it there.
Right.
So after saying that, I'd have been like, I understand, but I can't have it right here because we got other boats coming in. You know what I mean? So you could park it at A, B, or C, but you can't park it here.
Right.
Now, as soon as the volume got turned up on their voices and those profane language would have started coming out, and the way I am, my anxiety and paranoia is to a level to where if somebody start getting loud or they take one step toward me or something like that, I pay very close attention to body language and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I know for a fact I wouldn't have had the thought process to be tossing my hat up in the air. Dude would have said said what he said, and when that joker took them steps toward me, I would have felt threatened. I'd already start
Mhm.
throwing bombs around. So
Yeah.
hat would have probably got knocked off, and but by Moses' sandals if they would have knocked my glasses off.
Right.
Bruh. Oh, it would have been an issue then. It would have been a
Yeah.
serious issue if they'd have knocked them specs off. Now, you got a job to do. We're gonna put you in that position again. You got a job to do. He getting loud with you and he coming up on you. Let's say you can tell he's intoxicated.
Mhm.
At what point do you say, okay, I'm not thinking about consequences. I'm not thinking about this job. I'm not thinking about going to jail. I'm about to give him the 2-piece and a biscuit. At what point do you do that?
Now, it would definitely reach that point with me, but I'm also a realist to myself. I think, and I teach a lot of the kids who I work with, think for the next 5 months or 5 years, not the next 5 minutes. So it would have took me a minute, but then when if an N word would have got through, would have got
Yeah,
dropped and this had a third, I would have became frustrated very quickly. And then the fact that you're intoxicated would have went out the window. So I would have been on the,
yeah,
the axe, tail, make type thing. I would have been, hey, could you move your boat, such and such. Oh, you'd have gave me a lip. Listen, move the boat. I need you to move the boat. Then at some point, I'm sure a lot of words got there. So I would have got there, but it would have took me a little minute. But you'd have dropped a couple of N bombs and then came towards me, then it would have went out the window. Now I wouldn't have just soon as you got mad, now it's time to fight. I wouldn't have just went there, but after a few seconds of you getting very disrespectful, then I would have probably just let it go. And then I probably would have been talking back reckless. But then once you felt like you was finna do something, then I was gonna walk the dog with you. I was gonna walk the dog with you.
and do you automatically go into Terminator mode, or would it have taken that second guy to come jump on your back?
Oh no! Once we would have been
Because I
fighting,
can only imagine. I can only imagine. Yeah, but I'm thinking the security guard. I mean, if I put myself in his shoes, especially in this climate and with it being 2023, that one on one, okay. But when Jokers start running down through there and jumping on him and kicking and stuff like that, I can only imagine that he probably thought, his life was in danger.
yeah,
Cause you
oh yeah.
don't know if they got weapons, you don't know none of that.
hmm No,
Jay
once
said,
we
have you seen some
started,
of the security guards they have out there? Yeah, people do test you based on what they look like.
right, and I agree with that.
Yeah, go
But
ahead,
once
Kill.
we would have started fighting, it wasn't gonna be no levels of fighting. Once I know that you finna attack me, I'm finna beat the devil out you. It ain't no let's kind of tussle us until somebody else come fight. No. Once I flip that switch,
Yeah.
everything don't nothing else matter. They're gonna be like, all that over a
Yep.
boat being moved. That's what they would have been saying.
Yeah.
It would have took me a minute to get there, but once
Because
I
I would
flip
have
that
been thinking
switch,
about, oh, bro,
it's over with.
Yo,
hmm
yup. Tago said, man, I stay strapped too much and I watch body language. Everybody better duck. Don't save me. Just hide. I feel you on that completely. I made a post about that too. I was like, hey, if you see me get jumped on in a dock or getting on a yacht or something like that, all right, don't come help. Get under something. Because I'm about to light it up like 4th of July. Believe that.
Yeah.
Jay said, "Walking dogs in Terminator mode." Yes, indeed. Yeah, you got to. I mean, because
Yes,
we can't.
sir.
Unfortunately, we do not live in a time and space where we can assume that a fisticuff is just gonna be a couple of doggone licks thrown, and then you gonna cuss each other out, and everybody gonna go about their business. So
Yeah.
any kind of situation that pops up now, you have to really be looking at it like it's me or them. Whether that's a
Hmm.
regular conversation, whether that's I mean, argument rather, whether that's some road rage type stuff when people honk the horn, somebody in the grocery store. It's just like every situation can turn bad real fast.
Right. It really can. Speaking of that, it would nah. It would have took a little bit more to get this out of me, but I was having a very bad day. And you've been in Atlanta before, right? So you know how the traffic was. This is when I was living in Atlanta. And I'm talking about having an extremely bad day. So I'm driving on the road. So I didn't cut this lady off, but I kind of got in front, but I sped up so that she didn't have to put on her brakes at all. So she just gets, I mean, irate. And I'm thinking to myself,
Mm.
woman, please don't go there because I ain't in the mood. She gets in front of me, like kind of in front of me at an angle and tosses a soda. It missed my car badly.
No,
I'm saying to myself, I keep my gun under my seat.
no, she
I'm saying to myself, I'm about to pull up beside her, point my gun at her, and say, "Do you still want to throw stuff at me?" But I say, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. But just like you say, you just never know. Like something like that, because I cut you off, could have ended, in a bad way for you. Am I gonna shoot her? No. And I feel like I probably wouldn't have
yeah,
struck my gun out, but I was about to. So you just never know.
yeah. 'Cause I mean, as soon as you flash it, you done already picked up a charge anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm
And
like,
I'm
yeah, this
this
ain't worth
why
it.
this is how I know that the good Lord, thy God, I know that the good Lord thy God and a whole group of disciples are watching over me because I rarely get put in situations where my temper can go up, and
Hmm.
I'm thankful for that because of some of the thoughts that I have when it comes to retaliation and things like that. Because I ain't gonna go into the long drawn out of what happened to me some weeks ago with this guy, but it was a road rage type situation, and a lot of people get in stuff where they either get put under the dirt or there are so many fights that happen behind road rage and people's tempers and rushing, you know, not properly allotting their time to where, because I think that's where a lot of the road rage comes in at somebody rushing to get somewhere and they mad at
Yeah.
you because you driving regular what you supposed to. I've had people honk at me
Right.
before for doing
Mhm.
65 when the speed limit was 65. And I'm
Right.
like, well, what are you now? If I get pulled over, you not gonna pay the ticket,
Right.
you know.
Hmm.
But it is what it is, man. Folks, it's crazy. But the next person we're gonna talk about with the entrepreneurship is Melissa Collins with I Am Publishing. I Am Publishing helps you publish your artistry, your books, photos, poetry, whatever you need to get published. Miss Collins can help you do that. And speaking of, she has done a wonderful, tremendous job with Jacali and myself when it comes to poetry of love, because our first project together will be out in 2 weeks, August 26th. It's amazing photography, magnificent poetry merged together. But so definitely, if you have any books to write, anything you want to get out there, holler at Melissa Collins with I Am Publishing. That's how you can find her. But very professional, definitely taught us a lot through that process, and I can't wait for this 2 weeks to be up so the book will physically be out. But y'all can pre-order that thing too at www.poetryoflove.com and pre-order that book. Um, Zariah Gabriel. I'm guessing that's how we pronounce your last name, Zariah. But she does body butters, a lot of hand and body hair stuff. She has a Goddess Body Butter. She actually does a lot, and all of this stuff is organic, y'all. She's I know I'm gonna say this wrong. She's a sacral doula. I know what a doula is, but I don't know sacral what separates that. But she's a doula as well. She also does music. Her stage name is Zoe Passion, and I listened to a couple of those tracks on SoundCloud. 'Cause she on SoundCloud. It's definitely what this new wave is all about. So y'all go check that out. Now, what new stuff do you listen to? Do you listen to any new or independent artists? Yeah.
Not really. I'm the type that you got to kind of go through stuff like this to reach out to me because I don't listen to a lot of new things. I just kind of throw something that I can listen to the same thing over and over. Like I throw an artist that I like listening to and just kind of put it on shuffle with their music. So like as you were mentioning that, I'm definitely gonna type that in and check her out on SoundCloud. So I need to get into some new music. I love music. I mean, I love some good vibe, laid back music, but I guess you can say I don't give a lot of stuff a chance. Not that I don't now I don't want to listen to nothing new. It's just that I don't have access to a lot of stuff. So like what you mentioned in that
Yeah.
name, I'm gonna definitely type it in and give it a chance and check her out on SoundCloud.
Here's another name that you ought to check out. I ran across this guy last night, R&B artist, bruh.
Hmm.
His name Fabo, Phabo.
This ain't the lean and snot favor, is it?
Nah, it ain't him.
The
It ain't.
oh,
This is an R&B cat, and
okay.
man, I listened to that album last night. And when I tell you, you got to check it out. That's all I'm gonna say. Definitely
Oh
check
yeah,
that brother out because he's
okay.
dope.
So I
Tigo
got the
said
two
a lot of
listen.
that be because we're older now and you have a lot to lose, so you have to think before you react. That's facts.
Oh
Definitely
yeah.
got to think before you react. Now,
Mm,
I normally think when here's the crazy part with me, I normally think when there's nothing going on. Like, I think
right.
about all these scenarios, the what ifs and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
when it's actually happening, I need to get better at thinking before I react. Because once it's actually happening, especially with knowing that I don't bother people and I try to help people all the time and stuff like that. So when something do pop off, it take me there a lot quicker.
Right. And I
T
would
said,
say that
Giveon go crazy. I totally agree. Go ahead, Kel. My bad.
say Giveon go crazy.
Yeah, he said that Giveon go crazy. I haven't listened to that Giveon.
I ain't listened to the whole album, but I do like his style or whatever. But I was gonna say I tell a lot of my young boys like if whatever you mad about, and then you got to think about the consequence you're gonna face, and then you got to ask yourself, was it worth hanging your hat on? You know what I'm saying? If somebody, I school a lot, somebody cut you off, then
Or
you say
throwing
something
your hat.
slick, right? They say something slick back. Now you fighting. Now you done got expelled from school or whatever. Now you can't even be in school. So was all that you got to deal with worth hanging your hat on from somebody cutting you off? At the end of the day, bro, you got to know how to swallow your
Mhm.
pride. You got to know how to. I tell a lot of people I hustle for my last name, not my first. Everybody with my last name, the things that I do, that's who I do it for. I don't do it for Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Because am I worth it to myself? Of course, but I got kids that got to look at me like, why you in jail? Because because somebody said something because you got in an argument.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why you done lost your job because somebody said something slick to you at work? That ain't worth it, bro. Like
Yeah.
it really ain't. So you got to ask yourself, is this worth? Now, some things you might be like, hey, it was worth it. Somebody did this, and it was worth it. You got to live with
Mhm.
that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that you got to ask yourself that question. And I got too many responsibilities that's gonna be looking at me crazy. So I can't be making no dumb mistakes because I got too much pride. So that's why I look how I look at it.
Yeah. Speaking of worth, I've been real big. I'm real big on it all the time, but today I've been preaching self love as well and
Mm,
how important self love is. And I don't know if a lot of people understand how important that is to totally be into you. How do
right.
you exhibit self love? Because I'm telling myself, and I have to do it because it took me a long time to truly love myself. So I
Mm-hmm.
have to be conscious about when I'm getting in a low place, and I have to literally talk to myself like, "Yo, you that dude." You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and you doing A,
Mm-hmm.
B, and C. You know, you got this, and this going on. You have to encourage yourself sometimes. How do you go about doing that?
I would say, man, because you're right, man. A lot of times you can get down on yourself, things ain't going right. You be like, "Damn, am I good enough? Am I doing this good enough?" But I like the little, I like the when you look good, you feel good type method. So I like to put myself in a position, man. Like, and I don't hang out a lot, going out to bars and drinking stuff like that. But man, I like to try to, get fly, put myself in a position where I feel good about myself. You know what I'm saying? It's not being arrogant at all. It's just like
Yeah.
I just like to get in a comfortable position to where I'm like, I am good enough. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
the things that I'm doing is good enough. I'm doing this. I'm holding this down. So yeah, it just talks you how to have with yourself, and in certain situations I like to put myself in to make myself feel good about myself. I don't like, you sit around, you got up, you ain't washed, you sit around on the couch, you moping and all that. Nah,
Yeah.
that's gonna that's gonna put you in a tight situation mentally. So yeah,
It
that's
really
that's that's how
does,
I handle it.
man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I
Hmm.
think I think everyone should make it a habit to speak into themselves,
Oh
to
yeah.
lift themselves up, to talk about all of the good qualities that you have in yourself, and talk about the things that you have accomplished, because a lot of times we see at the forefront the stuff that we want to do that we haven't done yet, but we don't put enough time into thinking about all the things that we have accomplished in life, because a lot of times if you don't cheer for you, you won't hear any cheering.
Oh yeah,
So
most
I make
definitely.
sure that I'm big up in myself, and I have to get more used to um others, pouring into me and stuff like that, wanting to celebrate me and things. So I'm a work in progress on that, but I think that self-love, man, is so important, and it spreads out, because if you feeling good about
Hmm.
yourself, you tend to pass that energy on to all those around you.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Tigo said, "Facts. You have to always think about the what ifs, this world we live in, but look at our surroundings and what's all going on in the world. We as black people have so much against us as is. That's facts. We can't be putting more on us than what needs to be there." Tago also said, "Self love is very important. Once you figure out how to love yourself, it brings you so much more peace, and you learn more about yourself once you do." Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. And a lot of people practice self love by doing what this next person I'm gonna talk about. This next person's business can help you, you know, with that self love thing. Miss Lady Bronxton has a liberation travel company. Linkr.bio/liberation travel company. And I know all y'all like to travel.
Oh yeah.
I'm just I just started traveling a little bit, this year and last year, I think. And to me, it's just going outside of the state. Right now, you got to take baby steps. But yeah, definitely
Hmm.
get your travel agent if you like to travel a lot. Because I know some people that's always talking about traveling and going somewhere. And Miss
And you got
Lady Bronx can help you with that. What you
to
say, Kill?
you got a list of these things too, right? 'Cause I'm gonna get you to shoot them to me to look into some of
Yeah,
these.
yeah. I wrote down um all of them that sent me their business or whatever. I jotted it down.
All right.
Robbie said, "I text myself compliments as something positive ever so often. No one can love me like me." Yeah, you have to build that up, and it's not easy for a lot of us to do, especially when you're not used to pouring into yourself, and you're not used to compliments, and you're not used to accolades and stuff like that. It takes some getting used to, but the
Oh
more
yeah.
you concentrate on you and think about yourself, then the better you get at it. Let me tell you something, Kev. I had a doggone, I don't even remember what you call them. I'm gonna tell you why I'm looking up. I had a what they call it. It's not a camouflage. It's like a ladybug on steroids. But I had one come in the studio yesterday, and I'm telling you, the older I get, the more I'm with letting things live. And I had the
Hmm.
perfect opportunity to get him on up out of here and give him a new set of wings, but I couldn't do it. It was almost like we were speaking to each other. So if you see that bad boy fly across my face, don't expect me to swat at it because I'm gonna let him just do his thing. I think it's a him anyway. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Tigo said I've been working on myself self love for about 2 years now. It gives so much serenity physically, mentally, and emotionally. That's what's up. Keep doing that, brother. Keep pressing forward with that. I mean, that's one of the most important things we can do is love
Yeah.
ourselves, pour into ourselves, and build ourselves up.
And speaking on that too, man, I had somebody tell me
Anything you got to say
like,
on that?
so yeah, I had somebody tell me celebrate the small victories. You know what I'm saying? People get used to expecting certain small things from you that just get overlooked. So, I mean, first of all, I think about it every day. I mean, I'm a black man in America. I'm not in jail. I take care of my family. You know, I do the things that I love. Those things are things that's an everyday thing. But hey, that's something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? So, or if you get up and do something
Yeah,
good that day, or you do a good deed, or you make somebody's day, like celebrate those small victories. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just thinking if you ain't conquered the world that day, you ain't a nobody or you a loser or something. Now celebrate that small stuff and realize that hey, you count, you meaningful, you know what I'm saying? All that. So I would say that was some advice I would give. Celebrate the small stuff.
yeah. Because I think the only time you can truly lose is if you're not in the game. When you give up,
Yeah.
that's the only way you can truly lose.
Oh yeah.
Next up on
Hmm.
the entrepreneur block, Miss India the Barbie.
Mm.
Um, India has bliss vibrations. Get blissed and stay blissed, is what she says. So look up India the Barbie. I'm pretty sure you can probably find her on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. I know I saw she came across my feed on Facebook.
I was
Let me
blessed.
see. Yeah, bliss vibrations. I know if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw some like scented candles, stuff like that. The Zen type stuff,
Mm.
stuff
Okay.
that can get us centered and whatnot.
Okay. Okay.
If I'm not
Get
mistaken, I mean, hey, if y'all go
get your
check her out,
mind right.
it wasn't what I said it was, then don't come back and blame me. 'Cause
Right.
I looked at a whole lot of stuff today, so I tried to
Hmm.
put little notes by stuff to kind of remind me on what it was about. But yeah, India the Barbie. And speaking of the Barbie, I I pretty much know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway.
All right.
Have you seen that Barbie movie?
Nah, I ain't seen it. Have you?
I ain't seen it either, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff about it.
I heard that it was kind of like it ain't really a kid vibe. It was kind of like an adult type, not
That's
like
what I heard.
not like super rated X type adult, but I heard it was like a for maybe like the older crowd Barbie.
When I heard that it wasn't like for kids and that it was kind of adult, I honestly
Hmm.
thought that it was gonna be on some old Pornhub type stuff. I did, and I
Nah.
still don't know what was not
Yeah.
adult about it. Because I can tell you straight up, I'm not going to go see it, and if my daughters ask to go see it, I won't be taking them to go see that, from what I
Right.
heard. But, it's a big deal. I know it's a big deal. I know it's a whole lot of jokers walking around with doggone pink attire on and blonde wigs. Mr. Flame said, "Amen. People be so focused on what don't happen, they neglect the small things that happen." You right. But we gonna change all that though. We gonna change all that. Um, Miss Vernetta Sharon. Y'all can go check her stuff out at www.daretobedifferentca.com. She does fashion. She's a seamstress. She's a personal stylist, and I actually went on her page, and she has some dope stuff on there too. So y'all check her out. Again, that website is www.daretobedifferent, and it's the number 2 and just the letter B, different, ca.com for all your fashion stuff. Next up, we got Philip Battles, custom creations, smoke trays, vapes. I saw some of his work on there. It was pretty dope stuff. I know I had a smoke tray done one time with the Jodeci Diary of a Mad Band album cover. That's what it was wrapped in. That thing was good, bro. I almost didn't want to darn roll up or throw ashes on it or nothing. It was so
Hey,
nice.
you vibe with that Jodeci now.
Man, let me tell you something. I was up the other night watching, cause you know they on tour right now. I was
Mhm.
up the other night watching a bunch of concert footage and stuff like that. I'm telling you, I be trying to tell people I'm the 5th member of Jodeci. I tell them I just don't tour stuff like that, 'cause I want to be present in the kids' life and stuff. And then sometimes I want to be able to have my ice cream cone when I want an ice cream cone. And so if they got concerts going on and stuff, I'm like, yo, fellas, let me do me. When it's studio time, you know what I mean? I'll come in there and lay my little tunes down. But
Yeah.
as far as the traveling and stuff, they can have that.
Hey, they say that's where the fun at, boy, on the road.
That's what they say. But them boys, them boys were getting in a lot of trouble too. So
I already know.
I don't know about doing all that.
But
We got
my cut my brother works for my cousin is Keith Sweat, right? So my
yeah,
brother works for him. They pretty close. So he travels with him a lot. He was like, man, this ain't it could be fun at times, but he said this ain't where it's at, man. He said traveling get exhausting. It's really like a job. But then again, he working. So he got to make sure everything, all the dinners are booked, all the
yeah,
hotels are booked, flights are booked, and anything Keith want, he got to get it. So he like, man. But then again, it's because he's getting older. So it's probably for some young men, that's probably real fun. But he said that
yeah,
traveling
yeah.
ain't where it's at. Hmm.
And so yeah, he got to put all the work in. So he don't have the fans screaming for him, or he ain't getting the big bags of the darn
Right.
upfront money or the back money on the back end and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
I can imagine, yeah, it is just like a doggone job. Him.
Right.
Let me see who we got next. And let me say this too. I appreciate everybody on Facebook watching and everybody watching on YouTube. I tried to get my Wisdom app listeners in on tonight's show, but for some reason it wasn't acting too swift. But while y'all are watching us, whenever we're talking about something, we don't have to stick to whatever we're talking to because we're very open to listening to everyone that's watching and chiming in. So if y'all throw something in the comment section that you want us to touch on or that you found funny and we want to laugh too, just throw it in the comment section. Cause we darn sure gonna
Hey,
talk about it. Tigo
hey,
said
who
you
was
need to
that?
have
Just
me on doing a Jodeci concert one day.
wow. Hey, who was that? Just post something say go sit down.
Well, Flame,
I don't know who that was. I'm gonna just put something in the here in the
that was Robbie.
now the comments
Yeah,
who
when I said I'm the 5th member of
yeah.
Jodeci.
Oh, okay. Hey, give us something,
Yeah,
man.
that's what you're talking about.
Give
You better
Robbie
believe me when
something.
I tell him, man. Hey, I ain't doing all that.
Hey,
They
hey,
gotta
sit
earn
down. Hey,
this
man,
doggone concert.
that's your dream, man. Shoot, give him a little something.
Hey, it's reality. I'm the 5th man. I'm telling you. I'll call man, don't make me
I
call
thought it was
Casey
just
right
what you
now.
mean, fifth? I thought it was just two. Or you just saying you the fifth.
To what?
I thought it was just
No, it's
two
4.
singers.
What?
I ain't know that. And Jodeci?
Bro, yes.
I
You
thought it was
thinking
two
about
singers,
Casey and
man.
JoJo. Nah, you
Yeah.
thinking about Casey and JoJo. I'm talking about
Okay.
Jodeci, Devontae, Mr. Dalvin, Casey, and JoJo. And myself.
Well, oh,
That's
you
who
the
I'm
fifth,
talking.
huh?
But what was I about to say, Kel? I was
I
about
think you're
to
finna
T
put
said,
somebody else on.
"Nah, man. Nah, I ain't nah, it's just tonight. See, let me tell you what it is, T. On Saturdays, I put my Jodeci boots up. On Saturdays, I don't do Jodeci. See, you caught me on Saturday night. Come back, catch me next Thursday, and I might ooh yeah for you. But on Saturdays, I put the doggone Jodeci boots up, bro.
Now they
Darn,
got
I
now
wish
they
I
got
could remember what I was about to say, Kill.
now
But
they got some hit now. I get the Jordan now.
a lot of them, a boatload of them,
Hmm.
doggone it, a boatload of them. Eva Warren says, "Dare to dream." Now, what Eva does is she helps you get your finances in order, sets you up for retirement, sets you up for your kids, funds to get their paper, all of that good stuff. That's what Eva Warren does, and it's called Dare to Dream. You can go look her up. Now, a lot of these, I have the names to them, y'all, but I don't have like links and stuff like that. That's why you'll hear me say some of the stuff about 2 or 3 times in case it's something you're interested in. You have some time to write it down, the name and stuff like that. But Dare to Dream, you can look up Dare to Dream. I would try www.daretodream.com if you want to get your finances in order and stuff.
I might have
Who's
to check
sleeping
her
on
out.
Jodeci? Robbie
I
said,
was
"Tammy, he's sleeping on Jodeci." Oh, hold on. Let me go up. I done missed something. I done missed something up here. Some of these comments. Tammy said, "What rock Kev been sleeping under? A baby no Jodeci has 4 members." Yeah, I thought he was joking, but he
nah, man.
talking to, in his
It
defense. He's
I
about
thought it was
Casey
two,
and
man.
JoJo.
Yeah, I thought okay. But you know what?
You
I have
come on,
heard him
Eric.
say Devontae sang. So I have heard. Okay, all right. That's what y'all talking
There you
about. Yeah.
go.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Even
All right.
even shoot, even long before that, who do you think was saying, "Don't talk, just listen"? Who do you think
Okay.
that was?
I don't know. I thought that was
Yeah,
somebody
man.
hide out. Hey, come on, say that. Drop this little line real quick. We'll shoot your
Oh
heart out.
man. Oh no, this show about to end. Let me go on there and end this show right now. 'Cause this man
Nah, I'm fine
disrespecting
with it.
dog.
Nah, I know who they is. Nah, I'm fine with that Casey and JoJo. Nah. Well,
Tago
Jodeci, I
said,
can't
"Tell
just
us."
say Casey and JoJo.
Nah, you can't. Yeah, now if you speak
Yeah.
about Casey and Judah, that's one thing. But if you talking about Jodeci, nah, you can't forget Mr.
Mhm.
Davin and Devontae.
Mhm.
Tago said, "Tell her she drop $1,000 in the cash app, you'll hit a note, brother. She dropped $1,000 in the cash app. I'll hit about 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah,
Darn
yeah,
a
hey,
note.
yeah, I
we'll get,
perform.
we'll be Casey and JoJo right here,
Yes,
right.
yes, sir. Hmm. Yes, sir.
Man, Tammy said he needs to wake all the way up. I guess he used to Frankie Lyman. I know you don't know who Frankie Lyman is, do you?
The name sound familiar. I know that I done heard the name before, but I ain't heard none of the music
There's a
that I
movie,
know of.
what's the name of that movie? Uh, somebody in the comments, if y'all know the movie I'm talking about, it had Lorenz Tate in it, but he was playing Frankie Lyman. Please put in the comments what the name of that. Why the Fools Fall in Love. That's what it was.
Oh
You
yeah,
need to
okay,
check
okay,
that
yeah,
movie
yeah,
out,
yeah.
Kev.
That's
That's
where I
who it
know
was
it
about.
from. That name. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. That was a good
that's where
movie
I know
too.
it from. You seen Dead
Oh
Presidents with Lorenz Tate in it?
man, that's one of my faves.
Yeah,
I
that's one
love
of my
Dead
favorite
Presidents,
movies. Yeah,
man.
yeah,
A tear jumped off my eyelash though when they start getting caught and start getting
yeah.
popped.
The crazy
I
thing
hate that
about it
part.
is, I like movies that I know is good, and it's one of my favorites, but I haven't seen in a long time. So that you know what I'm saying, give you the green light to go check it out again because it's probably some parts that
Yo,
you forgot about. So I'm gonna have to pull that up, see what that's streaming on.
right off the top of your head, what's your all time favorite movie? A movie that you
Oh,
can watch, a movie that you can watch over and over and over.
I like, but I probably have to dig deep to find some more. I like Pursuit of Happiness. There's something about that movie. I really enjoy that movie. Um, uh, Limitless. I like Limitless. That's a real good movie to check out.
That's good.
With yeah, Limitless. But man, what's some more movie? Dead Presidents. All the Fridays, I like them in that order, 1, 2, then 3. You know, I'm a Friday guy. But if I think or you call somebody, I'll probably be like, yeah, 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 that one too. But yeah, them some of the ones that come right off the top of the dome. What about you?
Mine a little mine is probably not the normal person's favorites. And when I say favorites, yeah, Tego said Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Yep, that was what it was.
Mhm.
Alicia Hardeman said Coming to America. So Coming to America is the movie
Oh
that she
yeah,
can
yeah,
watch over
yeah.
and over and over.
And that's one of my favorites too, Coming to America.
Mr. Flame said Kev must haven't been outside in forever. I know, right? They ain't gonna let you live down that Jodeci,
I
not
know,
knowing
man. I
Jodeci
already know.
had 4 members. But
Uh,
I know now I'm talking about there was a time where these movies that I'm about to name, I literally, Kev, watched all of them about 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, daily, to the point where I could just mute it and still and talk right along with the movies. One of them is Wedding Crashers
yeah.
with Vince
Oh, I
Vaughn
buy.
and
Yeah,
Owen Wilson.
I
Love
like
that.
Vince Vaughn. I buy Wedding Crashers. Yeah, I like that movie.
Man, I love that movie. Another one is Django. I watched Django so much that I started dreaming about Darren being on the plantation.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched that so many times. The Hateful Eight. Watched that a lot
I
with
never,
Samuel Jackson.
I never
That was
seen that.
those right there. I watched so much to where
Hmm.
I could recite them backwards to forwards, man. T
The
said sixth
Clumps.
man. The
That's who.
clumps.
That's who I
Really?
used to. Oh,
I
Nutty
wasn't
Professor.
a huge Nutty Professor fan, man.
You wasn't?
Nah, bro. I
Man, Eddie
mean, I
Murphy.
watched
That's my
it.
favorite actor. Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I watched it and I giggled a couple of times, but it
Hey,
wasn't one of
what
my
you think about
favorites.
Norbit? A lot of people slept on Norbit. You don't like
Bro,
Norbit?
I love Norbit.
Boy, Norbit used to have me
I
crying
love
and
Norbit,
laughing.
man.
Like Norbit is
I didn't
funny,
move your seat Respucian. What are you talking
right?
about?
But
Do that.
Norbit was so underrated. Like a lot of people, like, I
It
don't like that
was.
movie.
It
Man,
was
Norbit had
extremely
me
underrated.
crying laughing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
extremely underrated. Alicia said The Temptations. I love The
oh yeah, yeah,
Temptations.
yeah. I vibe with that.
I I didn't like the part. Well, I don't even remember what dude's name is, but the one with the woman hips that was the alcoholic. Oh, mama! That one, whoever he is.
Hmm.
I ain't like the part where he doggone, you know, offed himself or whatever. But oh, Soul Man, bruh,
Oh
Soul
man,
Man,
now that's another
that's a
under. I ask people,
bro.
have they ever seen that movie? And they be like, Nah, what you mean, bro? That movie was so funny and so
Yeah,
like that was Bernie Mac's last movie, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like that movie
Oh,
was. I
Paul, that was
love
his name.
Soul Man.
Thank you, Alicia.
Yeah, yeah, I love Soul Man though. And some
Man,
people
so
I ain't even never heard of it.
yeah, and never see. I actually have. I can't remember whether my sister got this for me or if I picked it up somewhere. But the soundtrack to Soul
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that song, "I'm Your Puppet."
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's like they really did. And the thing about it is, a lot of people don't know about the movie. They put a lot into that movie. Like actually singing songs and stuff. I'm like,
Yes,
these original songs? No, they did these songs.
yeah, they can really sing too,
Yeah. Hmm.
and they can really
Yeah.
sing, man. Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac, they can hold a note.
Yep. And then they was in there with
Let me
what's your boy
see. Let me
name?
get into some of these comments before I get too far
All
gone.
right. Yeah.
Tigo
John
said the
Legend,
good,
dude,
the
I was talking
bad,
about.
and the ugly. Yes, I love me a good western. That's a banger. I love a good western. He said life. Yup, life. I love
Oh,
life,
you
but
know what?
life gets
That's
me
my
in. I
I
had to
can't
be in a certain
believe
kind
I
of mood to
forgot that.
watch life
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. Life kind of sad, man. It get my spirits down sometimes, so I got to be careful when I
Yeah.
watch life. Um, I know I'm missing some of these y'all, but the comments coming in quick. Blank Man and Major Pain. I
Major
love some
Pain, yeah.
Major Pain. I wasn't a
Yeah.
huge Blank Man fan, but I love Major Payne. Alicia
Yeah, I
said
go watch
Five
that.
Heartbeats. Yup, one of my favorites. Tammy said Menace to Society and New Jersey
Yeah.
Drive. Oh yeah,
New
I
Jersey
ain't seen New
Drive, a lot
Jersey
of people didn't
Drive.
heard it, but
Oh,
yeah, New Jersey Drive was a real good one. They did some
yeah.
good acting in that one. Yeah.
T said Eddie. Yeah, they talking about the Temptations now.
Yeah.
Dracula. Tigo said Dracula. Yeah, that was real good. Oh yeah,
I
you
ain't
can't go
seen
wrong
that
with Color Purple. Alicia said
one.
Color Purple. That's a classic, bro.
They talk about the color purple. I ain't never
Yeah,
seen the
it
color
kind of tickets. You ain't seen Color Purple?
purple. I ain't never seen the color purple, man.
See, that's why you didn't know Jodeci had 4 members. If you would have seen the Color Purple, you would have known Jodeci had 4 members.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it. I get a lot
Tigo
of
said Sugar Hill. Oh
backlash
yeah.
for not ever seeing the color purple and not knowing how to play spades. Them the two things I get my black
Oh my
card reversed
gosh,
on.
man. Come on, man. We gonna get you right. We gonna get you right, Hill. Don't worry. Oh, he said Sugar Hill. I still have Sugar Hill on DVD. That's got Wesley Snipes in it. That's a real good movie. Real good. Let me see what else is up here. Blue Hill Avenue. You're gonna tell me about that, Tigo. I don't think I've heard of that before.
Yeah, I ain't heard that one either.
King of New York, classic. That's a classic. Money Talks, very
Yeah, that's a
good.
good one.
Hoodlum, very good. Creed 1, 2, and 3. I saw Creed 3. I've seen Creed 1, but I can't remember it. And I think I've seen Creed 2, but I don't really remember that too much either. But I
I think I
like the
seen Creed
Creeds.
1, but
And
not
if
the
you
other one.
grew up on Rocky, I don't think Creed hit you as hard. Cause I got tired of the Rockies before the last Rocky. So when Creed came, I'm like, oh my gosh, they gonna hit us like Fast and the Furious. It's gonna be about 10 of these bad boys. Cause I just
Right.
put them in the same group as Rocky.
Mhm.
Tigo said Lawless. Yup, that was good. A Fistful of Dollars. I don't know if I remember that one.
Got everybody in the comments
Robbie said you
reminiscing
gotta
about that
stop it
movie.
now, kid.
On what?
Yeah, Low Down Dirty Shame. Yes.
Oh yeah. I like that.
That's a real good one.
Yeah.
Aaron T said he ain't never seen it either.
Yeah. Tell me if you
Jamie
know
said
about this.
Interview with a Vampire.
Nah, I ain't never heard that one. But In Living Color. You used to watch In Living Color? That's a show though. Huh? She learned that.
The humor. Let me tell you why the humor is here.
Yeah.
Because you actually said, "Have I ever seen In Living Color?" Like, like this was a show that I possibly could say no to. He said,
I'm just making sure, man, because this is stuff I ain't
Have you
seen.
ever seen In Living Color?
Hey, like that's just something that just died. I ain't seen it.
Like, I'm like, oh nah, I heard about In Living Color, but I ain't never seen it before.
Hey, then I said it's a show though. Like, let me try to jog your memory. It's a show.
Bro,
Oh
do you
Lord.
know how many stars we got
Came from
from
that.
Living
Yes,
Color?
sir. Uh-huh. Yep.
Tammy,
Plenty
I'm
of 'em.
gonna put this on the screen. I ain't even gonna read this, and I'm gonna put this on the screen. What Tammy said.
I told you I gotta get my black card back.
Yeah, we got to get you right. Tigo said American Gangster. Yeah, I love American Gangster. Alicia said Roll Bounce. Roll Bounce was good too.
Yeah,
T
Roll
said,
Bounce
what's
pretty good.
y'all favorite show? Now, are you talking about movies or shows?
I guess like TV show. I mean, all the time I gotta give it to Martin though. I gotta give it to Martin.
Y'all might try to take my card after I say this. I think I got a couple all time favorites. One all time favorite is that I can watch, and I think I do watch every day. But the Golden Girls, I love the Golden Girls, bro.
I used to watch
And
that back in the day.
man, you got to get back on it, boy. But and Law and Order SVU, that's my show right there. I
That
used
got
to
a
watch
lot
Full
of
48 a lot, but I love crime shows and stuff like that.
you ever seen I Almost Got Away with It?
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
a couple of episodes of that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I could have
That's
been on
pretty
that
good.
show, but
No,
let me see.
I'm
Tigo said
excited
Sling
there.
Blade. Let me tell you something about Sling Blade. I've been talking about Sling Blade since I think 2011 or 12. I've been telling people about Sling Blade. And it's hard for me to get people to watch Sling Blade when they see how long the movie is. But I'm telling you, Sling Blade is a phenomenal movie. And Billy Bob Thornton is in Sling Blade, but you can't even tell that it's him until you look at the credits and see that it's him. But Sling Blade is, I love that movie. Freaking love it. It's just now I have to make the time to watch it though, because it's a long movie. But I
I
love
ain't seen
Sling
that.
Blade. Yeah, you got to check that out. You gonna have some time on your hands when you check that out.
About 3 hours, like the Titanic.
Frailty, yeah, about like that.
Mm.
Frailty, I haven't heard of Frailty. I've heard of The Shining. That was good. Misery, I love Misery. Jungle Fever, yup. Silver Bullet, yup. Fist of Fury, yeah, y'all got some good ones. Oh, Robbie said Shadows. Yeah, Shadows was real good.
Yeah, I used to like that.
Harlem Night,
Yeah.
doggone right. You seen
Harlem
Harlem
Nights,
Nights,
yeah, I
yeah?
like. Harlem Nights. That's one of my favorite. Why you asking me these, man? You know I sing Harlem Nights, man.
Hey, I know. Hey, you thought Jodeci was just two members, bro.
Y'all ain't gonna let me live that one down, man.
Uh-oh. The gods must be crazy. I don't even think I've ever heard of that one, but I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds like that might be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I
I
ain't
don't
seen
know. I'm
that
gonna have
one.
to check that out though. Hercules, yeah, I've seen that. That was good. Crooklyn. Tracy said Crooklyn. What you know about Crooklyn? Yeah,
Crooklyn.
Crooklyn is a good one.
Yeah, that's like my wife's favorite movie, but I ain't seen it.
You ain't seen it, but she's seen it. Okay.
Yeah, she's seen it.
What's going on, Bass? I see you, brother.
We actually went to Brooklyn. So I just Googled the address that Crooklyn took place. So we actually went to that actual house, like that step or whatever.
Oh,
We shot
really?
some pictures around or whatever. Yep. So the steps
That's
that they
dope
were
right there.
on, like we went there, took some pictures and stuff. And when you look at the movie, I did look at some clips of the movie. You're like, yeah, this is exactly where it
Yeah.
was. Mhm. Yeah. So we went up to Brooklyn.
Tigo said everybody done seen In Living Color.
I was just making sure, man. I was just making sure.
Yeah. Miss Hardeman said Good Times. I have every season of Good Times on DVD as well. I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah, I used to love Good Times. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, and this is the bona fide truth. Once James died, I didn't care for Good Times anymore.
Mm.
It got silly to me after that. Tigo said we got to tie
shows do
Kev
that
to a
though.
chair and just make him watch all this stuff.
Get my black card back.
Yeah,
But yeah, some
once they
shows will
did
do
that, they
that though.
lost
It's
me.
like it'll get to a
Yup.
certain season. Martin did that. I think Martin had 5 seasons. Once it hit season 4, it started, and then Gina and Martin was going through that thing. And season 5
Yeah.
just lost me. I wasn't really there too much no more with Martin. But it's still my all-time favorite though.
My brother loved Martin. That joke I always talked about Martin. Alicia said everybody hates Chris. Yeah, that was one of my favorites too.
Oh
I
yeah.
love
Yeah.
hate Chris.
I still watch it to this day with me and my son. We watch that sometimes.
Yeah, I love it. Robbie said favorite show I have so many. I love Living Single. I liked Living Single.
Oh
I ain't gonna say I
yeah.
loved
Living
it.
Single was
did
good.
like it.
Yeah, Living Single was
T
good.
said, "What about new shows that's out?" That's gonna be tough for me because I don't really
New
watch.
shows kind of
Uh,
different, man. It's just
yeah,
different
I
than
don't
back
even
in the
really
day.
watch TV like that. And when I do, I'm watching the old stuff.
Right. Yeah. Me too. I don't get caught up in a whole lot of new stuff, but I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get something new a chance, like, and I just really don't know. We watch as a family. If you ever seen Family Reunion, that's a pretty good show with the twin of sister, and they got a couple
I
shows,
ain't never
and they
seen it.
got Family Reunion. Yeah, it's on Netflix. They got several seasons of it. It's been going on for a minute. It's a pretty good family show. Family
Okay,
Matters. That was one. That was one back in the day
I
that we
watched
watch
Family
now
Matters.
still as a family.
I watched Family Matters, but I get kind of irritated when you know how a lot of those shows they always got one klutz. I get
Hmm.
kind of irritated when the klutziness is at an all-time high.
Yeah,
When it
at a
gets like
too high.
unbelievable,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, I'm like, come on, bro, ain't nobody that
Yeah.
doggone clumsy and that
Right.
doggone. And I didn't like how Laura used to play Steve.
Too much. You should play them too
I ain't
hard.
like
You
that
know.
at all, man.
Hmm. Yep.
Yo, yo. Robbie said I'm a detective on Law and Order SVU. I had a dream about Law and Order SVU one time. That's when I knew, okay, it's time to give it a break. I done watched it so much. I was Ice-T's partner, and we were there investigating a murder and everything.
Right.
Tigo said my all-time fave is Martin and Sanford and Son. Oh yeah, can't
Oh
forget
yeah.
about Sanford and
Yeah.
Son.
Stafford the Son was good. Yeah.
This another one. Now I'm not sure if you've seen this, Kev. It's a lot of people probably ain't seen this. I used to watch Third Rock from the Sun a lot.
You know what? I seen a show or two and I actually liked it, but TV, I don't give it a
It was
big.
good.
Sometimes it takes stuff a while to stick to me, but I seen
Yeah.
an episode of that or two, and it was actually pretty decent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What
Alicia
about
said
Boondocks?
Titanic.
You ever got into that?
Man, I love Boondocks.
Yeah. Yeah, Boondocks, you
But
have me
yo, and
crying.
speaking of Boondocks, I just found out, I think last week that what's our girl name?
Uh, Regina King?
Regina. Yeah, Regina King. She was
Hmm.
two of the voices
Yeah,
on
two of the
there. I
main
did not
characters. She
even
was
know
she was
that.
Riley and
Yeah,
Hewitt. Yeah, she was
I did
Riley
not
and
know
Hewitt.
that, bro.
Yeah, so she was
That's
working
crazy.
double. She was
Yeah,
working double on that.
she extremely
Yeah.
talented. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, very talented. And sometimes when I look at a movie with her in it, obviously she's them, but I just kind of hear her hitting peaks, and
Yeah,
I'm like, she sounds just like Huey Riley. I was a big Boondocks fan. Like
I love
I was
Boondocks,
into
man.
that Boondocks. Yeah.
Alicia said Titanic. I like Titanic, but that's another one that's long. That's a real long
Yeah, it's
movie.
real long. It's about
And
3
it made
hours.
me
Yeah.
punch the air. Yeah, it made me punch the air when Jack sunk after he froze in that ocean. That ruined me. See, so I
Yeah.
can't watch Titanic unless I have nothing to do for about 48 hours. Cause
So
I'm gonna
what
be
you
in
would
the
have
room
did
with the door locked.
if you was Jack?
Yo,
What
I'm
have
getting
you?
up.
Because
I'm getting
at
up
the
on that
end,
freaking.
she the only one that could fit, man. There was only one person could fit. Yeah,
You
we
know
taking
what would have
turns.
happened then?
We taking turns.
Then
Give me about 5 minutes, then you jump
taking
down here in that
turns,
water,
or
and let me get up there.
bruh, we taking turns, or I'm snatching somebody off one of those boats, and we getting on that. I'd have thugged it out. I'd have probably been knocking
But
everybody off that lifeboat. Me and Rose would have got in it.
them light boats are gone.
Because I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. What I'm not gonna do is turn into a darn ice cube and float the bottom while you go on to live your happy life. That's what's not happening.
One of y'all had to go, man.
Oh, this another favorite right here. Tracy said Training Day.
Oh yeah, Training
Nah,
Day was good.
well, doggone it. Let me tell you, bro. I just met her on that boat, and she didn't want to give me the time of day when I first started trying to talk to her, just because we had a little smoky session in that car. That don't mean I'm gonna die for you now. No.
He was in love though, man.
Cause if you
He
realize
was in
Jack
love.
didn't know her, huh?
He was in love. So I guess that
Jack
brings me
was
to a
young
question
too.
for you.
You,
Do you
you
think
know
that
he
you
was
can fall in
you
love
know
with
he was
somebody in a
supposed to be
couple of days?
about 17 in that movie. I think
Yeah, he
it's
was. I know he
possible,
was.
but
Yeah.
for me to die, for me to
A super
die
love. Huh? Yeah. I feel like that was just some super
at
lust. Like
17, bro.
he really found him somebody that was out of his league, above his class, and was like, man, boy, I'm finna do whatever to get this girl. But he actually was in love. Like I
You
believe that he could have.
hey,
He fell in love in a few
you
days.
know what I kind of think it was too. I think let's dig deep into this for a second. I think it might have been Jack might have felt like I've been looked down on my entire life. I'm
Mm-hmm.
poor. I don't have anything. You're rich. Y- You have everything. I think Jack probably, and see, like earlier, we were talking about self love.
Right.
Jack didn't love himself enough to say that I'm still somebody, just even though my financial status isn't where yours is. So
Right.
yeah, it might have been a little bit of love, but I think too, he ain't love himself enough to say, "Hey, I want to live." So let me do
Yeah.
the gentleman like thing and let Rose keep floating and let her live. Nah, Jack, that wouldn't happen to me.
I
But
I think that I think that that act was just who he was, broke or rich. I
yeah,
think doing that was in the core of who he was. But I feel like he was just so excited to get her. Like he actually on this boat. It wasn't like they had time to go home, separated. Took them a month or two. They was all in one area in
yeah,
a couple of days. Like he actually took her from this man that was rich, and he was everything to her.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And she was everything to him. So I think that she was everything to him because it's like, oh my God, like you actually gonna give me the time of day. Like I'm actually good enough for you. Let me show you how good of a person I am, despite my financial situation. And she on the other end was like, I really want somebody that's fun, that can laugh, and we just be like that with each other, despite all this money. And I really do think that they kind of they just fell in love on that boat, man. But I think him down for her because regardless if I love you, we're gonna have some contemplating to do when we out there in that water, and I know I'm finna die. So I think that that's just truly who he was.
let me okay, I can dig it. But let me ask you this before we start talking about the movie that Tracy put here. Cause that's actually
Okay.
one of my favorites too, Training Day. I love Training Day. But before we talk
Mhm.
about Training Day, do you think that Rose loved Jack like Jack loved Rose?
Obviously not at first. I think it was lust for Jack, and it was kind of like going on, young poor boy at first for Rose, but she was tired of being stuck up like prissy and rich and with the rich boy because that wasn't who she was at the core. And when they went to that little party and they danced and she had the best night of her life, she was like, you know what? Money don't matter. Like this is who I would want to be with every day because he genuinely makes me happy. So I believe she began to fall in love. At the end, right before they died, they loved each other the same. I think so. And I do think
I
they loved
think
each other, even though it was only a couple of days. I do think they loved each other.
I think she was rebelling. She just wanted to do something opposite of what she was
Brought up to
expected
do.
to do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was a
yeah.
breath of fresh air for her to just have fun and not care about anything. You know what I mean? So I think she really enjoyed that. I'm not sold on her loving Jack though at all at any point. I just think
You
it
know
was
what?
something fresh and new. I think it was something fresh and new. She had a
Yeah.
great time, and because if you go back and look at the movie, don't even look at the movie, just look at that one scene. Not one time. Well, I think at the very beginning she tried to. Did she try to pull Jack up, or did Jack say, "Let me try to get on here," and then he figured out he couldn't fit?
Jack tried to get on there and he figured out he couldn't fit. But now that you say that, I wouldn't be surprised. I do think that they loved each other, but maybe it could have been lust for her. And guess what I could have seen it being, to be honest with you? They said they would have survived, right? They would have went
Yeah.
somewhere and say we gonna be together. I probably could see her being like, you know what, bro, like this ain't working. Like I thought it was fun for me. I thought I was, in love with you, this and the third, but you poor and I'm rich, and her hurting his little feelings and then moving back on to find her somebody rich. So if that would have happened, I guess I can say I wouldn't have been
Yeah,
surprised. You know what I'm saying? And he would have just had his little feelings crushed.
yeah, I think Jack would have ended up in the friend zone, but alone.
Right.
Training Day. I love Training Day. I think that, and I could be wrong, this is just my opinion. I think that 95% of officers, detectives, however you want to chop it up, are just like Lorenzo, Denzel's character in Training Day.
Mhm.
But I love the movie. I think it was an accurate depiction of
Yeah.
what goes on. Now I didn't like
Mhm.
how it ended, but yeah, that's one I can watch over and over though.
Yeah. I've seen it. It's been a while, probably like 4, 5 years since I've seen it. So you kind of forget some parts, but I do feel like they picked the right one to play that part. And the
Yeah.
whole time I'm thinking like, bruh, like this, they doing it like this, you know what I'm saying? And I think the guy was saying the same thing, like, this ain't what I signed
Yeah.
up for. This ain't how this supposed to be. And this,
Uh-huh.
I'll never forget the part in the car where Denzel did something, and you can tell that we at that point where you see I'm doing cricket stuff. So I'm
Yep.
kind of, and he kind of looked over at him in the car like, I ain't even gonna explain it. Just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just go with the flow, cause you see how I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't got to be nothing explained, but you see how I get out. And I was like, yeah,
Now
they
how
picked the
would
right
how
one to
would
play
you
that.
have handled that? Would you have told him to take you home? Because it was one part of the movie where he did tell him that. He was like, yo, I ain't signed up for this. This ain't right. You know what I mean? I'll go
Mhm.
back to pushing uh pins on the desk or whatever. Would you
Right.
have rolled with it realistically? Would you have rolled with it or would you have told him, nah, this ain't for you?
I'm kind of like the find out type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So I might have would have been like hoping every situation be like, bro, I'm out here trying to learn how to do this. I'm hoping it gets better. But Denzel took it to the max. You know what I'm saying? So it might have
Yeah,
been a point
he
where I
did.
might have would have been like, nah, bro, this ain't how this go. Like, nah, you gonna have to do some explaining to me. Stuff gonna have to change. But so, I don't know. I really don't know. I might have would have just tried to ride with it until it got too deep. But it got pretty deep in that movie.
I'm
Mhm.
ashamed to say that for the majority of that I'd have been riding. I'd have been like, oh man, because I'd have been thinking if I don't, this joker like seeing how crazy he was, I'm like, this joker might
Yeah.
put one in me. Now the
Yeah.
part where
Or,
I
or
would
gonna
have been
set you up to where you lose it
man,
all.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He plugged in, not you.
bruh, the part where I'd have been thinking of my exit plan though was when they were at dude house when they dug up the floor, the kitchen floor. When he popped him with
Yeah.
that shotgun in the chest, out of
You'd
in
have
my
been like,
head, I'd have been
nah,
like, okay,
like this.
how can I
Yeah.
get up out of here? I ain't
Hmm. Yeah. I think
that was
I
crazy.
probably would have maybe tried to record something if possible and been like, listen, before he try to frame me like I'm doing it, come in, let me holler at you real quick. Let me show you, let me show y'all something right here. 'Cause this
Them
crazy.
jokers. And see,
I
what's
can't keep
scary
dealing with
though,
this.
what's scary is when you go to your superior or something like that, and they end up being in on it too. And
Yes.
then next
So
thing you know, they
yeah.
got you strung up like a darn Christmas rabbit getting skinned for
Hmm.
darn supper.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, who do I tell? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I
yeah.
can't tell nobody because they ain't
Can't
on
say nothing,
too.
so you might as well
Yeah.
roll with it.
Hmm.
Tigo said in all old martial arts movies where the mouth move and the voices don't keep up.
Right.
Man, I used to love
The
those old
Bruce
kung
Lee,
fu
the little
movies.
Bruce Lee's and stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Any and everything with Denzel, Tammy said. Denzel, my boy. Bronx
Man, you see
Tale.
that
That was real
Equalizer 3
good.
coming
Assault
out.
on
Did you
Precinct
see 1 and
13.
2? Did
I'm
you
ready
see
for it.
Equalizer 1 or 2?
I'm ready
Oh
for it,
man,
bro.
like boy, 1
You
and
the
like
doggone
you
right I
see
saw him.
1,
Yeah.
you see 1, and you're like, 2 might be boy, 1 and 2 was so live. I say, boy, I can't wait till 3 come out.
One
And I think I'm gonna
and
watch
2
1
was
and 2
good, but
right before 3 come out.
again, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it
I
right
like
before 3 come
2,
out.
but 1 was better than 2 to me, but 2
Yeah,
was good.
yeah.
But 3 gonna be that thing, boy.
3 gonna be good.
3 gonna
They
be that
had some
thing.
years to put this together. This gonna be good.
Yeah,
I'm thinking how long
yeah.
Denzel got.
Tiki said I
How
love
many
Belly.
minutes?
Yeah, Belly was my movie.
Yeah, I seen some of that. I don't think I
I
finished
don't
that
know.
movie.
We might have looked it up. Oh, Belly good. I tell you this though, everybody that's listening and watching, excuse me, do not, under any circumstances, watch Belly 2. Belly 2 is horrible. It has the game in it, and it is nothing like Belly 1 at all. Do not watch Belly 2. I'm trying to save you an hour and 40 minutes or however long it was, but do not watch Belly 2.
Hey, speaking of that,
Um,
tell me what you
yeah,
real quick. Tell me what you think about this. I heard you say they got the game in it. Do you remember when
yeah.
Empire and dang, what's that other movie that came out with 50 Cent in it? Not movie, but show. It was Empire and they
Power,
say this is a big rich power. So they
power,
were
yeah,
kind of like Power was much better to me. And the reason why it was much better to me is because they had a lot of originality. You know what I'm saying? They had like the main character. I had never seen him before. You know, they had a lot of characters that can take their own identity. But
yeah.
Empire was throwing a lot of people in. Tell me what you think about this. I don't really like when they do this. Throwing a lot of singers in it, actors, you know what I'm saying? Different type of people. So it got
Yeah,
dead to me real quick. I don't because you see them as one and they're trying to be somebody else. So I
yeah.
don't really like
Now,
when they do that.
I feel the same way. I don't really like when they do stuff like that. I don't like any kind of shows that have a whole lot of singing and stuff in them. That's why I never got into Tyler Perry plays
Yeah.
and stuff
Uh,
before he hit it big. I ain't with all that
hmm
there. I want to see a show. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
love plays and stuff like that, but the sound of music, I ain't like that either. That movie is too much darn
Yeah.
singing. But
hmm
um, I I only really watched Empire for Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson.
Right.
That's it. But at some point, that got kind of boring to me. Now, Power, I like Power, but to me, shows like Power, I'm like, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. I mean, you always
hmm
got there shows out there with dope dealers and stuff and businessmen that do this. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. I watched all of the first season of Power, and I think I only watched like one episode here and there after that.
Right.
So
hmm
I don't. I went from the first season to when Ghost got shot. Yeah, I skipped
Yeah.
everything in the middle. So yeah,
Right.
Tammy said I watch Good Times every morning at work, but you're right. After James departed, it was a wrap. Yeah, it wasn't good no more. Alicia said Jamie Foxx show. Let me tell you something about Jamie
Oh
Foxx
yeah,
show. And
Jamie
Kev,
Foxx
you
is
can speak
good.
on this too. I personally did not like the Jamie Foxx show. I didn't like his show.
You there?
You liked it?
Yeah, I did. It was a number two. Martin was number one. Jamie Foxx and the Wayans brothers they tied at number two. But yeah, I think Jamie Foxx it was laid back, you
Mhm.
know, it wasn't as goofy, you know what I'm saying? It had some serious moments and I actually kind of liked the Jamie Foxx show, but it was tied with the Wayans brothers for me. Why
Yeah,
you didn't like it?
Wayans Brothers was pretty. I don't even know. It just never grabbed me. I mean, I like
Mm,
it while it was on. You know, I could get into it. But as far as me saying, "Oh, I gotta go do something because Jamie Foxx show coming on," it wouldn't.
yeah,
I didn't care if I missed it. Put it that way.
yeah.
If I
Mhm.
missed it, I was good with it. But while I was watching him, he was cool.
Yeah.
Chopped. Yeah, I like Chopped. I love cooking shows. Chopped was good. Will Trent is a good new show. I ain't even never heard of that.
Will Trent.
You heard of Will Trent? Nah, I ain't never heard of that show.
Nah.
Queen of Men. I ain't never heard of that show either.
I remember I used to
Chico
watch
said new show was all I watch.
what it is, a Queen of
Go
the
ahead.
South. That was a pretty decent one.
Oh man, yeah. I been watched Queen of the South.
Yeah, Queen
I
of the
love
South
Queen of
pretty
the
good.
South.
What'd you think about Insecure?
Insecure. I haven't seen it.
Really? With Issa Rae?
Nah. What's it about?
Oh, Insecure with Issa Rae, man. Nah, listen, y'all need to dog
I
him
ain't
out in the
never seen it.
comments. Y'all need to dog him out in the comments because he don't know
Oh,
about.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on, because I think I got saved. You talking about the lady who do a lot of the producing and directing, the dark-skinned lady.
Yeah. Mhm.
Issa Rae. It used to come on HBO or something.
Yep. It's on HBO Max right now. Yep.
Okay. I thought you were talking about something else. Yep. I get my card back. I love that show. Now, when you said
Yeah, that
Issa
was a
Rae,
pretty
I
good
thought
show.
you said Lisa Rae. That's why I
Yeah.
was like, huh, Lisa Rae. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's a
yeah.
good one. BMF
Hey,
and
you
The
know,
Shy. I personally couldn't really get into BMF. The Shy is good. I'm about to get back into that.
I never watched
Sisters.
it. I never watched BMF. I
Alright.
never even started. The Shy, I seen a couple episodes of that, but on Netflix, it's a show called, and it's 2 seasons of it called Sex Life, Sex/Life. It's pretty good. Like it's like one of those shows
Yeah.
that you can start a conversation about and say like, what would you do in this situation or whatever. It's pretty good. So get out of try. Sex Life is on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I ain't seen it though. Sisters okay. I ain't gonna lie, it's okay. But sometimes they get a lot out there too. I can't really,
Yeah,
get
some of
into
these new
that. I know a
shows be
lot of
getting
people
it
that
be
fuck
getting a
with them.
little. Some of these new
Yeah.
shows be getting a little like, come on, bro. Like, are we ever gonna be able to bring some of them shows like the Golden Girls, Martin, them shows that you can't miss type shows? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That make history. A lot of these shows
Mhm.
now they just put out because they know people gonna watch them. It's just for the quick
Yeah.
thing, but they ain't gonna
Mhm.
make no history.
Right.
Zatima. I've never heard of that. You heard of Zatima, Kev?
Zatima? Nah, what type of show?
I don't know. I ain't
Okay.
never heard of that. But Bass said The Neighborhood is decent. Is that the one that has Cedric the Entertainer in it? Because I've only watched a couple of episodes of that. It was alright. That's right.
You like
Tigo Third Rock from the Sun be hitting.
you like said entertainer and movies?
I'm not a big fan of Ced the Entertainer as far as the entertainer goes. I like him personally, but as far as his stand up and TV shows and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I ain't a huge fan either.
Cleveland Show. Yeah, that was funny. Cleveland Show was good. Tracy
That was
said
about
viral
a month
crime
ago.
on YouTube. Yeah, I love shows like that. Robbie said both of them would have snuggled up on that piece of wood. Yeah, I will say this. Well, no, I'm not gonna say it, but I'll tell you what I was thinking later, Kel. It's a difference
Yeah.
between what kind of people would have tried to have both people up there and what kind wouldn't care.
I would
Tigo
have
said,
found
"Nah."
some wood. I
Yeah,
can
I'd have
say that.
found something.
I
I ain't
wouldn't have
fool.
sat there with you and just that all that debris that was out there. I would have told you, hey, hold on. I try to drag my wood over to where you at and let's lay beside you. But listen, it's gonna be a cold day in HE hockey sticks for me to sit there and
Yeah,
don't fight for my life. It's just a
nothing.
instinct for me. I'm going, hey, if I
Yeah,
catch you upstream, I just catch you. But I got to get on one of these pianos, these
Yeah,
coffee tables, or something.
I got to live. I
I
got to
got, I got to
live.
do it. Sit there with you, just
You done
no.
gave me a night of passion too.
Yeah,
I'm
I got,
17. You done
I
gave
got the
me a night
double
of passion.
back. I
I
got to
done
come
took
hit that
you.
again tomorrow.
I done took you from this rich grown man.
Yeah.
So I'm
Come
feeling
on, man.
myself. I'm like, yo,
I
I'm
can't even
poor,
tell my
but
partners
I
about
done
this.
did that, bro. It
Listen,
ain't
man,
time to die yet.
I'm going to doggy paddle to get on
Yes.
something. Like,
Yup.
for real. It ain't no way.
Tigo said, nah, Rose would have been. This is Sparta kicked off that little floating wood.
Now I can say that. Now you never know
So,
what you could do in certain situations, but I will
yeah.
say I would have if when I found out I couldn't maneuver up there, I would have looked around, be like, hold on, and I would have swam, got on me something. But I wouldn't have been every man for themselves and kicked her off. I don't think I would have did that.
Until I found out that she was about to let me turn into a Jello pudding pop.
What if you
Once I
found
saw
out
that she
that
was,
it wasn't nothing else to go get on?
she'd have had to hit the water. It's
Oh,
self-preservation
boy.
then, brother.
Yeah,
Once I see
yeah.
that you don't, I mean, you know you gonna live, so you just okay with looking me in my eyes and there and breathing cold air and saying, "Oh no, no, no,
Hey,
sorry,
chivalry, man.
no,
Chivalry,
man,
man.
bruh." You see what that got him?
Oh, dead.
I'm
Shark
all for chivalrous acts when it's reciprocated, bro. It's got to be some kind of. If I'm in the ocean, there has to be some kind of. Now, if she was like trying to save me too, and I just saw it ain't gonna happen, that's one thing. But bro, she ain't look like she was too up on trying to figure out how he was gonna get out of that water.
Yeah, she should have been
Unless
like,
I
"Hey,
saw
hold on,
something wrong.
hey, it's something over there. Go get
Something.
that. Hey, go over there. Oh, it's
Yeah.
a dead man right there. Go climb on his back. Something. She ain't put no.
Climb
She
on
went to
him.
singing a song. She went to singing. She went to spinning some lyrics.
She started croning for him. She just as bad as those people on the Titanic that wanted to keep playing while the sink.
She was singing that song. She remember hearing on the boat, but she did get a little remorseful. She did feel bad,
Yeah,
when she tried
she
to wake
did.
him up and he was shark food.
Yeah, she knew that joke was gone, man. But Tracy said American Gangster. Yeah, I love American Gangster. I've actually watched American Gangster a lot of times too. Tigo said, hell nah, she didn't love Jack. She didn't. Her Scooby Doo looking self in the water. Jack D. She didn't love Jack. She didn't get her Scooby Doo looking butt in the water. Yeah. Great
I mean, if I'm
debaters.
her,
Great
I ain't
debaters.
jumping in the water now.
That water cold and it's got all kinds of
Oh,
animals and monsters in it, probably. Great
ice
Debaters was a good
cold.
movie. Alicia said Tales from the Hood. Yeah, that was good.
Boy,
Tammy
listen,
said
Tales from the
Velvet
Hood.
wasn't working.
You done seen that Tales from the Hood?
Yeah, Tales from the Hood was good.
Boy, I probably was like 12 years old. I remember watching that. Boy, I had nightmares. That Tales from the Hood, boy, on
Hey,
another level.
it,
I couldn't
it
watch
was
that no
good.
more. That gave me nightmares.
What's my man name who was in there? He passed away this year or last year, I think. Might have been
Black
this
dude,
year.
I can't remember his name.
But he's a great actor. He played in Sugar Hill too. But yeah, he's a
Yeah.
great actor. Baz said The
You
Wire was top tier. Yeah, I love The Wire.
Oh yeah,
Say what,
Wild
Kel?
was good. What gave me nightmares I'll never forget was a part, and I ain't seen it. It's been 30 years, 20 some years since I seen it. But when they was driving, I mean, getting it, and they were looking back, and the dude was still behind 'em. I was like, boy, I couldn't sleep boy after watching that. Yeah, that was a scary movie. I do remember that about it.
Yeah.
And he was walking and still behind him.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's right. That's how it be. All right, we got Atlanta up here. Atlanta was good. I like that. Tracy said The Shy is good. Yeah, what I've seen from The Shy is real good. I love Atlanta though. I don't Childish Gambino, very underrated.
Yeah.
Tigo said self-preservation. Yeah, straight up, man. You know how that goes. Tracy said she's watched all seasons of Insecure. Kev.
Oh yeah.
I like
Insecure is
Insecure.
pretty
I'm gonna have
good.
to get back on it though. Cause I mean it is real
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
Tigo says chivalry my butt. We in the ocean. Shark bait. Oh,
Uh,
okay. Tracy says Zatima is a spinoff of Sisters. Okay, so that's the one with her and the dude. I think I can't remember what his name is on Sisters, but that must be the show that they had to themselves.
mm.
Yeah, that was all right. Tigo said, "I'm gonna get you, sucker." Yeah, that was good. Rose could have at least held onto his body so he could be brought home. Yeah, but I mean, he ain't really. He said he ain't had no family or nothing, didn't he? I don't know who she would have brought him to because his friends died on the Titanic.
And they weren't for to let her put that dead body on that boat.
Nah, they'd have chopped Jack head off.
Hmm.
Tigo said, "I can't swim anyway." Wait a minute, I can't swim anyway. I would have been on one of them life rafts. Yeah, straight up.
But they weren't
Clarence
giving it
Williams III was
to
his name.
men though.
Oh,
Men couldn't get
that's
on.
right. Yeah, they wouldn't have let Jack on, man.
Yeah.
And
He
that's
poor
sad. That's
and a
why I say
man.
he
Nah.
a strong arming, man.
Hmm.
Clarence Williams III. That was dude we were thinking about though.
Oh yeah, yeah. You ever
T
seen
said Snowfall.
Black Jesus?
Black Jesus. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. What you think about them shows that see, I don't get all super sensitive and stuff like that. Something funny is funny to me. But some people are more like, man, nah, I ain't finna do because he do say some stuff in there that'll have people feel like, no, I can't watch this. But you ever seen some of the episodes on Black Jesus?
Yeah, I was saying I can I can find the humor in most comedy.
Right. Yeah.
Um I think when I stop finding the humor in it is when how can I say this? If other people start finding a little bit too much humor in something that's to the detriment of us, then that's when
Mm,
it's not funny
yeah.
to me anymore.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
'cause you could tell when somebody's just enjoying the craft and they just think it's funny too, and you could tell when somebody is laughing because they like, "I'm glad you said it and I didn't," type
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
So when it kinda
What
gets
is it?
there,
Cartoon Family Guy. That's a show
yeah,
that I think that they do that on. I've literally
yeah, they
heard
do.
them say a part on there. He was like the little baby. He was like, "Let's play pin the eviction notice on the black man's door." And I was like,
Uh-uh.
"What?" I swear,
I ain't
I
seen
was
that
like, "Bro,
episode.
they going too far." Like, and they like to make just what you like you just explained. They like to make things funny, but
Yeah,
like that's not funny, bro. That's not cool. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? So if it could be funny for everybody, then let's roll with it. But what I look like that being funny to me,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Tracy
Yeah.
said she's never seen Titanic.
Ooh.
Well, I can tell you this: you won't get any cards taken for not seeing Titanic.
Yeah, you
But
don't get no card taken.
if you got at least 3.5 hours that you want to kill, then go ahead and watch Titanic.
Hmm.
Cause the puppy is long.
Yeah, it's good long.
Yeah, okay, let's get some more of these entrepreneurs in. See, our show turned into talking about shows that we love and stuff, and we didn't even plan that.
Right.
But Robbie Phillips has Mary Kay and Pure Romance. Oh, I skipped right over to you. Yeah, Snowfall was that thing. I ain't like how it ended, but I love Snowfall.
How many
But
seasons
yeah,
was it? I think I seen the first season.
Snowfall had what, 5?
Dang.
I think it had
Yeah,
5 seasons. I think.
I seen a
I
couple
don't know,
couple
bro.
of episodes on the first season.
Yeah, Robbie has Mary Kay and Pure Romance. Um, we talked about Mary Kay a little bit earlier. Pure Romance is how can I put this? I know they have colognes, they have body washes and stuff like that, but they also have things that you may only want to have when you're in the privacy of your own home, in the bedroom, something you can play with your partners or with yourself, whatever the case may be. But look up Pure Romance and Mary Kay, and she can help you out. We got Khadijah Love, and the business is Crafted by Majesty, and she's out of Georgia, and she does the stones, crystals, candles, jewelry. It's all on Etsy. So look up Crafted by Majesty to get some of her stuff and support the business.
Mhm.
I know it's almost time for us to wrap up because I feel like I got doggone buffalo hair in my throat. Shy Hendrix. Uh, Shy Hendrix published a book. The book is called God Took a Spoon and Stirred My Soul. That's the name of her book.
Mm.
It's on Amazon. So y'all check out that book by Shy Hendrix. Ples Orlando May has a spice collection, and he said he can make you the best cook in your family. If you tired of being number two, get these spices, and it'll then take your food up a notch.
I need to
It's the
holler at him
Spice
now.
Collection. Yeah, the FleetwoodSpiceCollection.com. And it doesn't. His spices don't have a lot of sodium in it either. I
Right.
did jot that down. Creole Cuisine has Creole Essential Beauty. That she does makeup, styles, all of that good stuff. Check her out on what's that? TikTok, Facebook, Creole Cuisine. You get your makeup and stuff done, have you looking right. My boy Tigo, The World Is Yours Trucking Inc. has his own trucking company and also has his own catering company called Tego's Wangs and Things. And speaking of wangs and things, did you hear the story of that lady? She worked for the school district, I think, and she was ordering a whole lot of chicken wings for the school and stuff, but the school wasn't getting it. She was like selling them in the street. Bruh, they got her locked up now, but they said she made like $1 million off chicken wings. You know how many chicken wings she had to be pumping on the block?
See, that's what I don't like about some people. I ain't gonna say us because other people, everybody do some mischievous things or some things they're not supposed to do. But bruh, send some of it to the school and then you push off a few and then you know what I'm saying? How you making that much money off them people food? Like you know you finna get caught. So pretty much you like,
A
I'm gonna just
million
ride this
dollars,
wave until
bro.
until it's over with. Like, come on, man. Sell a few. Make sure the school get theirs. Take you a couple bags. Cause I done been there before. I ain't gonna lie. Long story short, I don't work for a food distribution company, and I used to load the trucks. And me and the driver of that truck had a little thing going. Like we had our own little setup. Man, I used to sell some stuff to a couple of my partners that own that own a restaurant and stuff. But I ain't make $1 million because I needed that job to last. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people get a little too greedy.
Yeah, they get greedy, man.
Mm, they
They
get
get
greedy.
greedy. Tigo said that's probably who been stealing my wings. Yeah,
Right.
she was on
Uh,
it, bro.
so
Justin Simmons has a neo soul, smooth jazz R&B group called, I think it's Furioso. Furioso. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled F. It's time for me to go to bed. It's spelled Furioso. Furioso. But he said they will travel. They play at
right.
weddings, family reunions, any kind of event you can think of where you want some music played. Holla at your boy Justin Simmons, and look up Furioso. Furi OSO if you're in need of that. My boy Scoop Beats, Redwood Enterprising. They do production, mixing, and mastering. He's working on some stuff for me right now. He putting some beats to some poetry that I sent him. He already sent one. I should have played it at the beginning of the show. I might play it Thursday so y'all can hear it. But that's all of the entrepreneurs that reached out to me right there. So I hope you guys wrote that down. If you didn't, go back and look at the show later and get some of those names down or look up some of these people, and hopefully you all can support their business. And how in the world did I not add mine in there? My business, King Shit Productions, www.kingshitproductions.com. Beard oil, hair oil, body oil, tattoo oil, poetry. You can get your poems, their custom poetry, scripts, plays, short films, all of that good stuff. And again, pre-order the book, y'all. The book will be out physically in 2 weeks on August 26th, but you can pre-order the book right now at www.poetryoflove.com. PHOTER. Wait a minute. PHOETRY. Yeah. Poetry. OFLOVE.com. Poetry of Love. Tigo said, "Tell Scoot I got a song in my head and I need to lay the track." Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tigo, order you some
Collaboration.
beard oil, man. www.kingshitproductions.com.
Hey, I can vouch for that beard oil too,
Kev,
man.
whatever you tell the people, bro.
Now I just tell him I
Oh, you
can
say you
vouch
need
for
to get
that
some more?
beard oil, man. Yeah, I might need to get some more, man. It's fresh, it's light, it's pretty good oil. So if y'all want something for your beard, man, I ain't just I ain't just being biased.
And
It's a
it
pretty
help it
good
grow
product.
too.
So right. So
Y'all,
yeah,
y'all
definitely
see
check that
Kev
out.
in my beard. It's
Right.
soft as
Yeah,
doggone baby toenail.
yeah, I actually cut mine down, but I still throw it on though, man. But yeah, good product. Definitely
Yeah, I
good
see you
product though.
got a little bit down on yours. Let it sprout on
Uh-huh.
back out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it do it. But nah, I ain't got
Anything
much
else
going
you
on,
want to
man.
add, Kev?
Nah, man, I enjoyed the show, man. Laid back, chill. That's what we're doing it for. Smooth Saturdays for those of you who go out. Because I mean, like we talked about as adults, you might go hang out from time to time, but I mean, the club scene. I've been left the club scene a while back, so you might do something early on a Saturday. But once you get in, that's why we had the time at 9 o'clock. So just have a good conversation, talk about some of the topics that's going on, and just sit back and chill, give you something to do other than going out. So I had a good time tonight, man. I'm good for the night, man.
Yeah, it was good. We went off on a memory lane tangent on movies and TV shows, but that's good though.
Oh
I
yeah.
enjoyed it.
Mhm.
And next Saturday at 9 o'clock, we'll have something else smooth to talk about. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I really enjoyed when we did the music that one
Oh yeah.
Saturday. I wish we could
Hmm.
do that a lot more, but every time I play anything that I didn't do myself, YouTube jumps on my back. So I'm
They
gonna
say you
try to
got to
figure
put
out
on there
a way.
like we got to put up on the screen that we don't own copyrights to it, and we'll be good. That's what somebody told me.
Okay, well I'll
Like
look
instead of
into it.
just because you mention it 5 or 6 times, but if when they chime in, you're not mentioning it at that time, they don't. But if we put at the bottom of the screen, we do not own copyrights to this music, and we chiming in on it, I think we'll be saved on that. I got a guy that he does a lot of TikToks and stuff. I mean, he has millions of views, and he told me some things I need to do as far as keeping us safe on it. So yeah, I think we could try it again.
Well, double check with him and make sure that's
Mhm,
what it is. And if that's the case, we'll definitely do it again because I love
mhm.
during all that. But we'll
Yeah, we
figure
got
it
a
out
we got a
and
good
we'll
show.
darn make it happen. Next Thursday, tune in at 8:30 for King Shit Talk. It'll be hot topics is what we going over next Thursday. And then we'll be back here with the smooth Saturdays on next Saturday at 9 o'clock. But y'all like and subscribe to the channel. King Shit Productions. Share it with everybody you can think of to share it with. Tell somebody to tell somebody so they can tell somebody so we can grow this, because the overall thing that we're doing is trying to bridge the gap between men and women, helping men understand women better, helping women understand men better, and building a positive, solid foundation for our youth to come up after us. So let's continue to build this thing, continue to be who you are, continue to keep pressing forward, and be the wonderful people that you are. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Is that all you had, Kev?
Oh yeah, I'm good, man. I'll see you back on next Saturday, so we do it again.
All right, sounds great. All right, y'all. Miss Collins just chimed in and said, yes, that's needed. Absolutely right. That's what we got to have a lot more of. Got a lot more building and a lot less destruction. There's a time and place for destruction, because sometimes you have to tear down in order to build up properly. But we'll talk
hmm
about that another day, another time. Appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Help somebody out, build somebody up, and do not forget to pour into yourself. Self-love is everything. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, good night.